Hey everybody, Super Sport Rider here, Brooklyn, New York. A brand new plane I just picked up yesterday, Sport Cub by Parkzone. I didn't realize those numbers on the plane, N480 PC, it's 480 motor Parkzone. I thought it was just some number. I didn't realize I put this together. So wow, that's cool. Now a couple of things about this plane. When you put it together, man, I suggest you screw in the screws for the tail with the tail off the plane first. This way you could, like, you know, maybe put a pair of pliers on that screw instead of stripping the head and work it back and forth, because you're actually cutting threads into the plastic poles that go back there. The wings get held on with screws also, but they're brass inserts in the wing, and they're threaded screws, and it's a lot easier. They go in like butter, like the P-47. I'd like to get another tail. I'd like to put brass inserts in the poles and get rid of those stupid things. And if you look back here, the tail does not sit flush. I don't know if I'm getting this right here. It doesn't sit flush. On mine, I took it apart 5 times, tried to file the block in there, and if you file down too much, and then you're not going to clamp the tail down, I believe. So I stopped doing it. I looked at other people's videos. His plane is like that on his review video, and he didn't say anything about it. I wish it was flush back there. It's kind of crappy, but that's my only drawback about this plane so far. That and the fact that if I taxi around in something and I get a piece of grass stuck in here, it's going to rip this elevator off, and it's a bush plane. What I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this up. I'm going to glue it right here, and I'm going to crack it right here, and then continue the hinge over it. It doesn't need this tip at the front. I mean, it'll fly just as good with an elevator that goes that way instead of the front over there. I'm not going to lose much, I'm sure. If it does break once, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Let's see how it works out. It's bound up right now. I haven't even moved it yet. They tell you can fly it at 100% rate. So I got it at 100, and this would be 70 for everything. The 70 for everything. Now we're at 100 for everything. A dual rate combo switch. It's like the best thing in the world. I love it. I hope this camera is pretty straight enough to work right now. I'm going to put my shades on, no doubt about it. I'm sorry I start the videos off like this. I could just pick that plane up and fly it right away. I'll start it late, the video, but these fucking things are filthy. The old shirt clean. There's oil on there to blur everything up. The oil's good for the glass. It's real guinea oil. 100% olive oil. Okay, got my super shades on now. Hope this camera's good enough to be filming what we're looking at. The wind's this way. I just want to taxi it around, see what the hell it does in the how it taxis anyway. So we got up, down, right up, left and right. Okay. Sounds like sugar. We got a pretty clear patch over here. There's fucking weeds and everything everywhere over here, man. It just sucks. I'm not hand launching the plane most of the time, but like just for this video, I just want to get it off the ground. Big stick there. I usually hand launch everything in this park, but let's check it out right here. This looks pretty good, I guess. So I hope it doesn't rip the elevator off on my maiden flight. They're kind of upset. So I'm going to get it up to speed first. Well, it floats around like crazy. They stay right to the side. It's alright. It floats like crazy. I think it's climbing a little. Very low throttle. I'm just cruising it right now. Yeah, it's climbing. I set it to climb though. I set the elevator slightly back. And I was going to beep it forward a few beeps before I took off. I actually forgot to do that. That's what I usually do for a maiden. I'd rather have a plane climb on the maiden, no doubt about it. If it's diving off the bat, it won't even take off. You're going to have trouble taking the plane off, and then you're going to dive it. There's no ground up there. I'm still beeping it down. I'm sorry, this is the way I usually do my maidens. I'll high up in the air and just cruise them around until I get, you know, comfortable with this plane. I get comfortable with this plane right now. I'm going to start whaling it. It's not leaning anywhere. It's doing what it has to do. put it back in the middle. Beef the one to the left before that was pulling left. I think it's trimmed left and right really well. Aileron wise. I knew it would hover this thing. I can't believe it. Hey, says my brother says, oh, this could be a boring plane to fly. I don't know, Maddie. Yeah, everything's stuck on 100 still. I have the rate set on 100 like the instruction said. And with this receiver, I think they set the gain. And I know like the EX3X receiver on the Visionaire, I set the gain on that one as like a high rates and low rates. They put the gain on both equal on this thing. So you hit that switch, the F switch, F motor, it's not going to do anything. It's just the same on both. They just tell you to use high and low rates in this plane. So I got a bee in my face or something aggravating me. Insects aggravate you when you're flying airplanes, that's for sure. Last second it'll just get out of the way something. This thing, the response is very quick on the elevator. I wasn't nervous about just letting go of the throttle there. I'm getting really, really low, even slow. Well, it just did it by itself. A little bit of throttle, it's going to keep its level flight though. There's only 1300 in this plane. I don't know how long this battery is going to last. I've been taking it easy on it, kind of. Trying to do a touch and go there, and I realized I was going near trees over there in the corner. Wasn't in a good spot, like in the middle. Oh, like a skin and go that was. It does carry its speed with no gas for a while. I was expecting it to drop down there. I'm going to try to land this plane nice and soft the way I really want it to. I imagine me flying when you see the guitar in the video. Do 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 do, just like that. Dun, 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 dun. They got flaps on the video, but man, you know, I'm not even taxiing this thing through the grass. It eats my ailerons up, my elevator. And pick her up. She did alright for the maiden flight. I'll start whaling it more and more and more. Get more brave and brave with it. Of course, I'm on my honeymoon with my new Sport Cub. I love your Sport Cub. I'll get the honeymoon will be over and I'll be beating you. I'm yelling at you. You can't even make a fucking cup of coffee. Crazy, huh? Alright. Super Sport Rider out. We're going to have more videos of this plane soon, doing cool stunts with it and whatnot. I kind of enjoyed the first flight. I knew what it was going to be like. It's a tremendous Cub. What's it going to do? It's going to fly like a big, tremendous Cub. I used to enjoy flying my UMX Carbon Cub SS very much. It's $159. How do they justify that plane being $159 and this one being $219? You could strap 3 of them on this plane and it would fly around. You could use this as a launching deck for 3 of those friggin' things. So those things should be $100 and no more. I don't care what kind of technology they put in it. I don't care if aliens built it, if it's built by NASA. I don't care what it's got. If it is a real little plane. I'm not going to argue that. It's got AS3X. It flies and does its job marvelously. But still, you know, look what you get for like $50 more. You get a whole real plane that people don't think you have a toy in your hands when you walk into the park with it. Anyway, Super Sport Rider out. I'll see you guys soon. Be well.